Hey troops, it is GeneralJSmith here, back with my LEGO Star Wars Winter 2015 Sets Rumor List Analysis. Quite a mouthful there. Now, recently, probably like last week, we got the rumor list of the upcoming LEGO Star Wars Winter 2015 sets. Now, we say rumor list just because this isn't technically confirmed, but generally these sort of things tend to be pretty accurate. I mean, we already know that the Wookiees Gunship's coming. So I think we can take that this list as if it were, you know, genuine, and these other sets that are probably going to be coming, or something along these lines. Now, the Winter 2014 sets list did very much excite me, but it also worried me because we've got so many Clone Wars sets, you know, and the Clone Wars is ending, you know, would that be the last Clone Wars line? Well, thankfully it wasn't. We are getting some other Clone Wars sets, granted not as many as obviously we would, but that is because Star Wars Rebels and new films coming out, so they've really got to cut back on some things. However, we'll still get some microfighters which are Clone Wars. In fact, there's only like 2 which aren't Clone Wars. But nonetheless, so I'm going to be basically going through this analysis. Hopefully it won't be too ridiculously long. Obviously when we get like full pictures of the majority of the sets, I'll do another analysis of them. But until that point, I'm just going to go through my thoughts, you know, my anticipations and all that. I will be using pictures of, like, you know, the actual vehicles within the Star Wars, apart from the Wookiee Gunship, obviously, which we actually have the genuine picture of. But the other sets, I will be just using the actual vehicles in the Star Wars universe, and we'll be waiting for those pictures. So then we get 15 sets here, 6 of which are microfighters. That's a similar sort of number as the 2014 Winter Wave, and yeah, it looks. I mean, I prefer probably the 2014 Winter Wave. Like, I was more excited for that originally, but this definitely looks cool. I'm very excited to see some of these sets. I'm more intrigued than anything because some of these sets we've never heard of, and obviously they will be from Star Wars Rebels. So I'm intrigued to see what they're going to be like, especially those battle packs. They are sounding good. But let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the microfighters. As with last year, we get 6. I assume these will be new microfighters through this year. I don't know if we're getting any more on the summer line, but, you know, last year we didn't, so who knows. Now, actually, as I said before, only 2 of these were actually original trilogy. None of them are Star Wars Rebels, which is kind of surprising. You know, I thought they might have made like a Ghost or a Phantom as a microfighter, since we've got Star Wars Rebels coming out. But nonetheless, it's good that we're getting some more Clone Wars stuff. It hasn't been completely eradicated. Saying that, you know, we got the Clone Turbo Tank, was regarded as the best battle pack from this year, and well, that was because basically with the figure, you know, that was the whole reason it did so well, and that was the whole reason the Planet series didn't do too well. Problem is though, that now figure goes for like, quite a lot on eBay or Bricklink compared to like other figures, because everyone wants it, and because it's, yes, okay, it comes in a pretty cheap set, but nonetheless you don't really want a ton of the actual Clone Turbo Tank itself because it's not really useful in any way. So that is a bit of an issue. So I hope, you know, we're getting any Clone Troopers or whatever, you know, exclusive ones that we may want in these microfighters. I'm hoping we may get them other sets, you know, so when we just like complete the Clone Turbo Tank. And obviously the Clone Turbo Tank minifigure was very cool, but I would have rather it came in other sets as well. But we'll have to wait to see. Okay, first up we have the ARC 170 Starfighter. And I actually mentioned this, my last video was my 500 subscribers giveaway. Please go check that out. And one of the poly bags I was giving away was the ARC 170 Starfighter from 2014. And it's kind of strange if you think about it, how many times they've remade this set in a small and large version, really. They've made the poly bag like 3 times. I think they've made this sort of version like twice. You know, it's getting kind of strange now. As I said before, I mean, with all these microfighters, none of them are to scale. Like, I know, obviously, no real LEGO Star Wars sets is properly to scale, but, like, these ones deliberately aren't to scale. They're all sort of squashed down and sort of, pardon my word, but I don't really know what else to call them. In a way, they're just sort of cute, to be honest with you. There's, like, these little things that, like, you may want in your desk or whatever to just look at, you know. It's just these little things, just for sort of the sake of it. So, yeah, but there's not really much to say about it. I mean, we can sort of visualize of what it may look like. I'm not sure. We'll probably get like a clone pilot with the microfighter, but we don't really know, to be honest. You know, we probably will get clone pilot though, because obviously it is a Starfighter. But obviously we'll have to probably wait to see for that. We may like the X-wing we got, like the X-wing microfighter we got this year. We may get like a little droid head or something. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see for that. Next one up, we have the Vulture droid. And we actually got this. In fact, we got a couple of the, well, more than a couple, a few of these sets quite recently. The Vulture Droid we got in the 2014 Winter line. So, yeah, I've reviewed that, by the way. Please go check out my channel. I assume we get like a droid pilot with that. Similar to the AAT we got, like, in the Winter line, Mike Fighters. Again, nothing really much to say about that. It is kind of intriguing the fact they're repeating a lot of the sets from 2014 in this new 2015 Winter line. Is that a thing? Like, are we going to get a thing where Mike Fighters are going to start repeating the previous sets from the previous year? Who knows, but there you go. So that's basically the Vulture Droid, nothing to say there. It'll probably go very nicely with the Arc 170. You know, these sort of things generally go together. Next thing, we have the original sets. We have the Snowspeeder, another set that came out in summer 2014. So that's kind of it. I mean, I haven't reviewed that because it's ridiculously expensive, like £35 for 270 pieces, I think. And it's just £35 for a Snowspeeder. If you know what a Snowspeeder looks like, you think, no way. But anyway, so yeah. Whether this will come with 1 or 2 figures, it'll probably come with 1, to be honest with you. Even though technically speaking, it's meant to come with 2. Then again, I suppose the Arc 170 is meant to come with 3 technically, but it's very unlikely they're going to give us 2. They'll probably just give us the 1 and put them in there. We've also seen quite a few repeats of the smaller scaled version of the Snowspeeder, if you actually think about it. And, well, the normal scaled version, we see a lot of Snowspeeders, trust me. It's actually quite uncommon, you know, for someone not to have a Snowspeeder. Which is kind of weird how I don't have a Snowspeeder, despite the fact I've been Lego for years and years and years. But nonetheless, okay, so on to the next one then. It's just basically Snowspeeder. On the next one, this is the only other Originals Microfighter. The 8080, another repeat of the 2014 Winter Summer line. I reviewed it on my channel, please go check it out. Now, we assume, obviously, with the AAT, we're going to be getting another one of those new Snowtroopers. That'll be very cool, can't wait to see that. But really, yeah, okay. I will be honest with you, it's probably going to sell one of the better Microfighters, because I think it'd be a lot better just to have as like a little thing on your desk. It would look better. I think, you know, some of the Clone Wars sets you may not be able to, you know, like the casual Star Wars fan may not recognise. So I think the AT-AT, which is one of the most iconic Star Wars sets, will sell a lot better as a Microfighter, just as a little thing to put on your desk. So that would be pretty good. But yeah, the Snowspeeder and the AT-AT will probably be going together, obviously. So, yeah, good way to build your Poth army, or whatever. Next up, we have a Republic Gunship, and this was a set that recently came out in the summer 2013. Well, not recently, I guess, but, you know, you get what I'm saying here. Kind of intriguing, they remade this as a Microfighter. I don't really know why. Maybe it's like requests, you know, to remake it, but who knows, really? I mean, the figure that will come with this, we have no idea what it might be. Maybe it'll be a pilot, who knows? Maybe it'll be a clone pilot. Maybe... we don't know, really. We have no idea. It might be a pilot, it might just be a normal clone trooper. I mean, if you recall with the 2013 Gunship, we just got some normal troopers, and apparently you only came with 1 pilot, so you had to have the Jedi piloting it, or whatever that worked there, so... yeah, well, that's a Republic Gunship. I mean, it's exciting, you know, definitely, but as a Microfighter version, it's not, you know, as exciting, to be honest with you. But yeah, really. So on to the next one, I guess, then. On to the last Microfighter, the Homing Spider Droid, another set from summer 2013. I mean, I think this is like, we are now getting a second droid set then. In the 2014 Microfighters line, we got a lot more original sets. Here we're getting a lot more Clone Wars sets, obviously. So we have no idea what droid may come with this. It may be the Geonosis droid, probably, or other things. We don't really know. I'm not sure how they're going to do him Spy Droid. I know, you know, it's not meant to be to scale again, but it will just be weird because, you know, the legs are so spindly. You know, they're so thin and just, you know, they're basically just poles. How on earth are they going to do that with this one? I have no idea. I mean, people suggested they might use like lightsaber blades as them, but I just don't think that would go well. It just look weird because you have this sort of like these dome bees, and like how would you fit? I don't know. I'm just sort of more intrigued to see how that's going to work. It'll probably look pretty bad, to be honest with you. I can't really see this, you know, like a Microfighter version of Homing Spider Droid looking good in any way, to be honest. But, you know, nonetheless, out of the Microfighters, I'm not sure how many we're getting. If you're interested, you know, how many I will be getting. I have no idea. Will I be getting all of them? Maybe. Who knows? But we'll have to see, really. The names just so far look decent of them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, really. To be honest, let's just get on now to the system sets. This is the part everyone's really excited about. This is the part you all want to know. Okay, so first up, of course, we have the, what are they called? Battle Packs. Probably one of the best, most anticipated sets of the year, are the Battle Packs. First up, we have the Imperial Troop Transport. Now, we believe this is a Battle Pack, although it hasn't technically been confirmed, because, I mean, well, it's not called a Battle Pack, but then again, the 2014 Battle Packs weren't actually called Battle Packs, if you recall. They were just called, like, Sheik Troopers or Youth Pod Troopers. So, yeah, but we assume it's a Battle Pack. Now, there are some custom pictures, like, because we have technically seen this particular vehicle before in the Star Wars universe. However, it doesn't... Well, it's quite large, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, it's not massive, but, it carries troops in that sort of style. So, if they are going to make it in a battle pack, it will obviously have to be a lot smaller. How that's all going to work in, we don't know. I do want it to be, well, not to scale. I mean, the Snowspeeder and the Sheik Troop battle pack wasn't to scale, but, at least a decent sort of size, so it does do justice to the actual vehicle itself. I mean, we've never seen the vehicle on Lego at all, which is, kind of sad. But yeah, it is nice the fact we're getting another, like, originals, what are they called? Like, tank or ground vehicle, that is. Because we don't really see that many in, like, the original trilogy. So it's nice we get one of those. So, yeah. But, yeah, hopefully we'll be getting some very cool, Stormtroopers with that then. I assume we'll always be getting new Stormtroopers, from, like, the ones we got in the Star Destroyer. So that would be good. And I think it's basically Imperial Troop Transports. I hope it's very good. I hope we get some very cool people. Very cool Stormtroopers. We'll just have to wait and see for that. Okay, next up we have is the Shadow Troopers. Holy cow. This probably was most anticipated sets in a very long time. Shadow Troopers, people. If these Shadow Troopers are anything like the ones we, know, or ones we want at least, I mean, technically they have called, like, TIE Fighter pilots. They have called them Shadow Troopers. And obviously they're not really, they're just Stormtroopers in black, basically. If we get genuine Shadow Troopers, like the sort of quality we get in, like, customs and stuff like that, then I will be very, very excited, We'll be seeing, like, for example, a few years ago, as a May the 4th sort of promotional polybag, we got, like, a Shadow ARF Trooper. We'll be seeing something along those lines. I hope we really do. What I really want to see is Commando Shadow ARF Troopers, if you understood that. Because, holy cow, that would be amazing, and that would surely be an army builder. Well, I mean, you do want an army builder thing. I mean, perhaps you wouldn't want 1,000 commandos, however, even though that would be extremely cool. So I'm very, very, very excited to see what these Shadow Troopers are going to be like. I cannot wait for those pictures. Oh, wow, I so want to see what these troops are going to be like, absolutely. Next up, we have the AAT. Now, actually, this one kind of intrigued me. A lot of people have been asking for the AAT, another version of it. We've got two in the past. We've got obviously the one, like the really old one. I don't know when, time 1 or something, from episode 1. The same colour as the Battle Droids, that sort of sandy colour. Then we got in 2009, I think, the blue clone AAT, obviously, which was incredibly epic and far superior to the best one, and last one. And now we're getting another one. A lot of people have been asking for it, and this is probably... for those of you hoping it's going to be a Clone Wars one, I doubt it. This is probably going to coincide with episode 1. Seems that we got, obviously, the MTT earlier this year, so it's probably going to be the same sort of standard. I mean, hopefully it'll be a vast improvement on, like, 2001 version, but nonetheless, it's probably going to be that sand green colour. I mean, I do prefer the blue colour. But, we can actually hope. It is an AAT. A lot of people are asking for it. If you're hoping to build a Boomock or something along those lines, then, I think it'll definitely be the set for you. I think you're definitely going to enjoy it as an AAT, because we have not seen one in a few years, and a lot of people have been asking for it. Personally, I haven't as much, just because I don't really need any more. I mean, I'm going to get 2, so, yeah. But nonetheless, it'll be cool to see what happens there. Hopefully it won't be too expensive. The last one was like £40. Hopefully this one will be maybe somewhere around that price, maybe a little less, who knows. But yeah, okay, next one we have is the T16, sorry, Skyhopper. We've actually got this set before. People don't remember, but a very long time ago we did. Now, technically speaking, we have not really seen this set properly as an actual vehicle in Star Wars. We have seen in that funny scene there in episode 1, the very beginning. I mean, sorry, no, episode 4, the first Star Wars episode that came out. Luke is sort of flying around, you know, this mini T-16 Skyhopper sort of thing, and apparently he owns one. So yeah, but we haven't really seen one. I'm kind of intrigued they brought this one back as well. Who knows what that means? Will this be in Star Wars Rebels? Will we see this more? You know, but it seems a bit of a random set to actually bring back. But you know, maybe people asked for it. I think a couple people did ask for it. So that'd be cool to see. Hopefully it'll be an improvement on the last one, because the last one was kind of dainty and was just basically made of plates and just wasn't an incredibly good set. But nonetheless, you know, hopefully it'll be an improvement on the last one. I'd like to see the pilots, and you know, hopefully all the detailing on the pilots will be improved. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, because we don't really know anything about T-16 Skyhopper. You know, it's a bit of one of those sets where you don't really see. It's not an extremely famous set. You know, it's just sort of this thing that's in the background. You know. But yeah, really. So next one we have is the TIE Advanced Prototype. Now this, I've been saying, is this going to be the same as the Darth Vader's TIE Advanced? Like we got, I don't know when we got actually, a few years ago. No, it is not. This is from Star Wars Rebels, and I assume it will be somewhere in between that and, like, you know, some sets from the Clone Wars. Because, well, you notice the prototype there. This is, well, it may, I'm not sure what's going to look like. It's going to look like, it's going to resemble a TIE Fighter, but it probably won't be the same as Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. It doesn't actually say Darth Vader's, by the way. It might just be, like, you might just get a random Stormtrooper pilot. Who knows? But, like, I'd like to see this in Star Wars Rebels. I'd like to see, you know, because I like sort of the journeys of vehicles, if you will, how some vehicles become other vehicles. I'd just like to see that sort of thing. So I'm intrigued to see how this one's going to look, you know, because it's going to resemble a TIE Fighter, as I said, but it's also going to resemble some of the Clone Wars sets, somewhere in between. So I'm definitely intrigued by that. However, saying that, the new TIE Fighters look extremely similar to just the ones we see in the original trilogy. I think they're like a bit, I don't know, further out or something. Maybe the wings are a bit smaller, but yeah, they're very similar. To the untrained eye, they would definitely look like the same vehicle, so who knows what this one's going to look like. But, you know, we're excited to see that. I've never had a, I didn't get Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. I do have the TIE Fighter, though, from 2012, so that's very cool, nonetheless. Next up, then, another Star Wars Rebels set, the ATDP. When the list first came out about this, I was like, oh, wow, cool, a new walker that can rise. Because if you do not know, I actually know the names and like the acronyms, like the, what they mean, of every single AT walker, well, that we've seen in the Clone Wars, at least. Well, at least that have come out in Lego Star Wars, that is. So I was intrigued, yeah, oh, new walker. This walker is the one we saw in the trailers. It's basically a mix between the AT-RT and the AT-ST, somewhere between that. And we do actually have pictures of the genuine vehicle in Star Wars Rebels. So, yeah. Really nothing to say about it. It looks like a fairly cheap set, maybe £25, £20. You know, it looks like it can fit one person probably. But it looks very similar to the AT-ST, you know. Perhaps to someone who isn't as much versed in Star Wars sort of stuff, it would look like the same vehicle or very similar. So, you know, it's going to be cool to get that. I get the feeling that people may want to get multiples of those because, obviously, you can have multiples of them in Star Wars Rebels. So, I'm excited to see that. But yeah, so, new walker, yay! Next up we have is the only one we've actually got a genuine Lego picture of, and that's the Wookiee Gunship, which is probably going to be the most expensive set from this line, since it's going to be retailing for like $70 or something ridiculous, which is actually similar to the, this is actually similar to the AT-AP we got on the 2014 winter line, in the way we get pictures earlier, and the way it's most expensive, so, yeah. This is obviously, again, a Rebel ship, or from Star Wars Rebels at least, and do you know what excites me about this? Not just the fact that we haven't got a Wookiee set in years, and, you know, not just the fact that all this different stuff, it's the fact that this means we are officially seeing Kashyyyk in Star Wars Rebels. It is happening, people. It has been confirmed. What I've always wanted to see, what I really, really, really want to see, is a Wookiee tearing the arms of a Stormtrooper. Come on, a Wookiee versus Stormtrooper thing. You've played Battlefront. You know how awesome that could be. I really love the fact we're seeing Kashyyyk. I think it's like, you know, because we haven't really seen any full-scale badass Kashyyyk, if you actually think about it. The only one we've ever seen, we never saw any Clone Wars, like the actual TV show. The only one we ever saw was in episode 3, and that wasn't, well, I mean, it was a full-scale battle, but we didn't really see an incredible amount of it. It was more just a backdrop to the actual story of episode 3. So I would love to see a proper Wookiee battle, you know, with a ton of Wookiee ships, because we've only ever seen like 2 Wookiee ships. There was like the Wookiee Catamaran and this other Wookiee vehicle that we got in Chapter 5. So it's great that we get another Wookiee ship. The actual vehicle itself looks decent. It sort of reminds me of the Coruscant Police gunship in the way that, well, it doesn't look like it's got an incredible amount of room. That's why I prefer the Republic gunship, because I sort of see gunship as like a troop carrier, basically, because they have so much space in them. And the Republic gunship is brilliant at that. The Coruscant Police gunship and this gunship aren't incredibly good at troop carriers. They do have a decent amount of space, but not an incredible amount. It does have 2 cockpits, though, like the Republic gunship, and in fact, like the Coruscant Police gunship. So, maybe that's the thing about gunships. But yeah, it definitely looks like a decent gunship. I like the way the engines are sort of mounted onto the wings, and I really hope we see many more Wookiee sets to come. One thing I'd say, for those of you still making a Kashyyyk mock, well, first of all, wow, you're taking your time. We got them in, like, early this year, the Kashyyyk sets. But anyway, for those of you still making your Kashyyyk mock, I think you may be very interested in getting this ship then, you know. I mean, if you're making it completely canny to the actual battle, then maybe it was in it. Maybe we just didn't see the Wookiee gunship in the actual episode 3. So, it might have been in it. So, you know, don't think that, oh, I can't put it in because it wasn't canny. You know, it might have been in it. When we just didn't see, we didn't see all the sets that were in there. I heard that, like, the Snowspeeder, the Republic fighter tank, all these different sets were actually in the Battle of Kashyyyk, which no one saw. So, yeah. But anyway, so it does look very cool. We get some new Wookiees. I don't think any of those Wookiees are Chewbacca. We get the new Jedi. I've completely forgotten his name. I'm sorry. But, you know, it definitely looks like a cool set, and I can't wait to get it. Pretty expensive, to be honest with you. 570 pieces. Wow. It doesn't even look like a £60 set. I mean, £60 would probably be a better price for 570 pieces. But it doesn't even look like that. It looks more like a maybe 50, 55, pound set. Because it looks relatively small. Probably the same size as the Coruscant Police gunship, actually. It doesn't really look much bigger. I know it's got obviously more pieces, but nonetheless. So I think $70 is a little extreme. And if you're not a reviewer and you're not fussed about getting it straight away, then I would recommend till it goes on sale. Maybe ask for it for your birthday or whatever, Because, yeah. Okay, next one we have. We're actually going to do a jump. The Wookiee gunship's number was 75084. The next set we have, its number is 75089. So apparently we've skipped 5 places. I'm not sure if there's a mistake on the website or whatever, but who knows, whatever. And it's actually another battle pack. For some unknown reason, it's like one of the last sets on this list. When, you'd think it'd be like one of the top, obviously, because it's a battle pack and one of the smallest, one of the first sets. But who knows? Maybe it isn't a battle pack. It hasn't technically been confirmed yet, so maybe. But we just assume it is, since it's got called Geonosis Troopers. That sounds like a battle pack, in the same way Kashyyyk Troopers and Utapau Troopers, and yeah. This also excites me very much indeed. Kashyyyk mocks are becoming more and more popular, especially with like the 2013 summer line. We had some Kashyyyk sets, and I'm very excited to see the Geonosis Troopers. We've never seen these guys before. In season 2 of the Clone Wars, completely forgotten the episode, somewhere in the middle, we see them like going to Geonosis, the second battle of Geonosis, to destroy the Geonosis factory, and we see some really cool Geonosis troopers there. I assume that obviously they do mean clone troopers, rather than just like actual Geonosians, like the bugs. I assume. I mean, obviously we're hoping they don't actually mean just like a battle pack of these Geonoses. I mean, that would definitely be very useful if you're doing a Geonosis mock, but other than that though, why would you ever really want it, to be honest with you? It's not really one of those things, but yeah, but hopefully they do mean clones. I'm very excited, we saw Waxer and Boyle in those episodes, I like them. Those ARF troopers in those critiques, and then Commander, what's his name? Coyote Mundi, his squadron, I've forgotten what like their particular troopers were called, but their helmets and stuff were new, so I'm hoping we're going to see a lot more fatigues and new molds, new helmets for these new clone troopers coming in the Geonosis battle pack, and I think it's going to be epic. I am very looking forward to it. My 2 favourite battle packs this year, or next year, are going to be the Geonosis troopers and the Shadow troopers, or at least the ones I'm anticipating the most. It's those 2. The Imperial Troop Transport sounds good as well, but, you know. And then the last, but by no means least, we have Ezra's speeder bike. Ezra he's one of the protagonists, you know, he's the one who has force powers, but he's not technically a Jedi, you know, he's being trained or something. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but, you know. We actually, in some of the trailers, we saw a few clips of these special stormtroopers chasing Ezra on a speeder bike. Whether it's going to be the same speeder or whether it's a different speeder that he has, we don't know. Whether it's like a custom speeder or his own, you know, or like a speeder we've seen before, we don't know that as well. Hopefully, though, since it's saying speeder bike is not going to be an incredibly expensive set. I mean, we have no idea. If we're getting, like, hopefully we're going to be getting some stormtroopers on speeder bikes as well to chase him down. So maybe this will retail for £30, £25. Something along those lines. You know, similar to probably what the Battleless Luke might we got. But yeah, then, so that is basically it, I think. That is basically it. To the LEGO Star Wars Winter 2015 set rumor list analysis. I am very excited for these sets. Not as excited as I was for the 2014 winter sets, but nonetheless, some of these look very cool. It is nice to see that we are still getting some Clone Wars sets. Obviously not as many as I said, but nonetheless, we are still getting some. Also, leave down in the comments, do you think this is going to become a thing? I think it's kind of unlikely, but maybe it can become a thing where every year, you know, you have the summer line, and the next winter line, you have like the Microfighter versions of those. Who knows? But we'll have to wait and see. So I'm very excited for these. I can't promise I'm going to get all of them. I can't promise I'm going to get any of them. But obviously I will try my hardest. Some of these sets are more... I'm not as much excited for these sets. More just interested, really, to see what they're going to be like. To see what's going to happen here, you know. With Star Wars Rebels and other things coming out. You know, maybe, in fact... in the summer of 2015, we might start to get some Star Wars Episode 7 sets. Seems that will be coming out later that year, or at least at the very end. So we'll have to wait and see for that. Anyway, though, so I hope you enjoyed this analysis. I hope you did stick to the end. If you did, then you rock. Thank you for sticking to the end. I know my videos are really long. I know this video was no exception. But nonetheless, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please do give it a like down below. I would greatly appreciate it if you did. Also, please leave a comment in the comment section of basically whatever you want. My previous video was my final subscribers giveaway. Please go enter that. But yeah, really. And obviously, please subscribe to my channel because I would greatly appreciate that and your chance to win, like, some really cool battle packs. Some really cool polybags. So, I'm intrigued about this line. I'm definitely interested. I'm excited about some sets to see them again. You know, it's been a while. And we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll be getting pictures some soon. Maybe September, October, this sort of time. This is when the pictures generally come out. But other than that, then I will see you in my next video. I hope you all have a great day. And I'll post those pictures as soon as I get them. So, bank on me for that. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you later. Bye, troops.